Hey guys, welcome to my newest video for today. For today's video I'm going to be doing another installment of Tracy Talks TV, and this is going to be all the TV that I've watched in the last couple of months. And I have watched a lot of TV. Most of them I watched this month because I found that I'm actually in the mood to watch, TV again, so I thought, take advantage while I'm in the watch all the TV mood. So yeah, I just thought I would quickly talk about the shows that I have watched recently. Some of these I actually I've been playing catch up with some TV shows that I've missed out when they were originally airing, like in the last couple of years. Like there's some really popular TV shows, and I've decided that I actually miss being up to date with TV shows, so I'm not going to force myself to catch up on everything, but every now and then I'll watch a few episodes and see what TV I've been missing out on. So yeah, I've got 12 TV seasons. One's technically a mini-series, but I'm just going to get straight into it, and I'm going to start off with the shows that I don't actually own. So the first one that I have is one that's probably one of my favourite discoveries in these past couple of months, and that is the Orval Season 1. I wasn't sure going in because I'm not a huge fan of Seth MacFarlane, and I don't really like Family Guy. It's not my style of humour. I did like A Million Ways to Die in the West, but that's been about the only thing of Seth MacFarlane's that I've liked, so I was sort of avoiding this for a while, and then I actually started hearing pretty good things about it, so I thought, you know what, I'll check it out. And then two episodes in, I was basically like, yeah, I'm going to totally love this. It was basically everything that I wanted in a Star Trek series without it being Star Trek. It was just so much fun, and while it is largely, I'd probably say it's both it's like a dramedy, I think, because they do actually tackle a lot of serious issues, and they don't just do it for the sake of, cheap laughs. They actually talk about the consequences of these issues, and that I wasn't expecting, because it was episode 3, and they're talking about, gender reassignment for children, and I was like, okay, this is getting a lot darker than what I thought, a show from Seth MacFarlane would go. But yeah, I did just really enjoy this season, and I'm so glad Fox renewed it for season 2, because I think that was also one of the things I was waiting on before I jumped in, because obviously sci-fi TV shows and Fox don't go hand in hand, so I thought I'll wait a bit to see if it's going to get a season 2, and then it did, and then I pretty much binged out the rest of the episodes, and yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to season 2, because I sort of love watching this and sort of seeing, where they, from the episodes you can sort of tell, which episodes, say, because I've noticed obviously a lot of Next Generation, throwbacks, and I've also picked up on some Voyager ones as well throughout it. And of course I think the biggest one probably with, in terms of the actual casting, I can't think of her name at the moment, but she played Captain Gates on Castle. She was in Deep Space Nine, because she played Sisko's second wife towards the end of the series, so I thought that was pretty interesting. And they've also had Robert Picardo, who played the Doctor on Voyager. He showed up as, I can't think of the Chief of Security's father. I can't think of her name, but yeah, so it's sort of seen all the nods to Star Trek and that. I haven't actually watched Star Trek Discovery yet, because I'm waiting for all the episodes to come out before I watch that on Netflix, but I've heard a lot of people saying that this series, the Orville, is basically what Star Trek Discovery should have been, so I thought that was pretty interesting. But anyway, but I am going to wait for all the episodes of Discovery to be available, and then I will see, what I think of the show. And yeah, so but the Orville is definitely yeah, something I'm glad I checked out, because yeah, it's just, yeah. And also one of the things I did like about it was that it's not really, like, for the most part the show's really positive. It's like, it's an optimistic future, and like, while there's still a lot of you know, like, it's not all sunshines and rainbows in this world, but it's not also, like, you know, a post-apocalyptic where it's like every man for themselves type future as well. And I also liked that it was yeah, quite positive, like where the era the show's set in. So because, you know, you don't always want to watch your angst-driven shows. Like, sometimes you like a break from that. But and I also, one thing before I forget, my two favourite characters on the show are Bortus and Isaac. They're like my two favourite characters. I love Bortus. It's like, yeah, he's just so, like I think deadpan is probably the closest I can think, because he says it like just the way he says things. Like that's one of my favourite moments, was when they were doing karaoke and he's about to start singing My Heart Will Go On, and everyone's cheering for him, and then he yells out, "You will be silent," and then everyone just stops. Sort of one of my favourite moments in the show. So but anyway, I'm going to stop rambling, because otherwise this whole video will be just about my thoughts on the Orville. But anyway, I have 11 other shows to talk about. So anyway, so that was the Orville, and then I also finished Parks and Recreation Season 2. This was a rewatch because I'm slowly making my way through Parks and Recreation, because I got up to like episode 6 of Season 4, or episode 7 of Season 4, and yeah, I want to sort of rewatch the other seasons, like, and then continue on with it. All the seasons are on Stan. I probably won't be getting to Season 3 for a while, just because I've got a lot of there's a lot of TV shows on Netflix that I want to watch, so I'm probably going to focus on them first. But I do want to get back to Parks and Rec, because I do enjoy the show, and yeah, it's just very easy to put on a few episodes and sort of watch them, and then but yeah, I'm still yeah, still love Parks and Rec. So, and I do actually, I know a lot of people aren't big on, I think, the first couple of seasons, but I actually quite enjoy Season 2. It's so yeah, sort of interesting to, once we get into Season 3 and beyond, sort of seeing like where the show goes. So and also Ron Swanson continues to be my favourite character on the show. Yeah, I just love Ron Swanson, basically. So that's that one. And then I also have the Miniaturist miniseries. So I didn't even know this was coming out, and then I heard someone reference, I was watching a favourites video, and they were talking about that they were watching one of the favourites was the Miniaturist miniseries that aired on BBC, and I was like, they made a miniseries about it, because The Miniaturist a couple of years ago was one of my favourite books, and I was curious to see how they would adapt it, and for the most part I thought they did a decent job. Like, it's not my favourite adaptation. I think it would have benefited from being like a 3-part miniseries rather than a 2, because they did leave out quite a few things that I thought were like rather crucial to the book, because like they didn't even, because like with all the like magical realism elements, like they didn't even like touch on the wife of the other family, because she got caught up in the dollhouse as well. And yeah, and they didn't even touch like really that part of it, because sort of like to show like how far spread it was. And then yeah, there's a lot of stuff that did get left out, I thought. And well, actually there was one part that I completely forgot happened, because I think I'd blocked it from my memory, because I found that to be really traumatic, because I don't like it when animals get hurt or killed in like books or movies or anything. And yeah, I forgot what happened to the dog in the book, so that was fun revisiting that moment. But yeah, and also another wasn't quite how I pictured like Jean's, I think that's how you say his name. He was completely different to how I pictured him, but other than that I did like it. I thought it was, you know, decent, but yeah, it's not the book still you know, like a million times better, so I'd recommend reading the book. So and then I finally jumped on the Westworld bandwagon, because I've been hearing just how fantastic this show is for, like, basically since it came out at the end of 2016. So I'm glad I finally watched it, because yes, it is as fantastic as everyone says it is, and I'm definitely excited for season 2. So I'm glad I sort of had that gap, because now I don't have as long to wait for season 2, because that's coming out in, I believe, April, because Game of Thrones got pushed back to 2019. So I think they're sort of having Westworld season 2 as the gap between, like, where Game of Thrones would have been. So but yeah, so I don't have that long to go compared to the people who had to wait like a year and a bit to watch it. So, but yeah, I did really enjoy it, and I'm looking forward to seeing you know, as they uncover more mysteries about the park, and so I think their clones, or you know, like with the clones and what's going on with them, and like with the storylines, and yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing where it goes. I haven't actually seen the movie with Yul Brynner, but I'm thinking after this I might actually check it out at some point, because I do like Yul Brynner, I think that's his name, as an actor. So I'm curious to see like where they, like how they adapted it and things like that. So, cause I think there's been a couple of callbacks to the movie in the show, but of course since I haven't seen the movie, I haven't picked up on those references. But anyway, so I did watch Westworld season 1, and then the last of the shows that I don't actually own that I finished watching was Runaways season 1. Now, I've only read a couple of single issues of Runaways. I'm not sure which run, because I'm a bit confused, sort of, because I've sort of been looking it up to see if they've got like the trade paperbacks of the comics, because I'm really interested in reading them now, and so I'm not 100% sure like with the like if there's other runs, or like where you, like a good starting point is. I'd have to do a bit more research, but I have read a couple of issues, and I knew a little bit about them, about the show going in, but yeah, but for the most part it was like, this was my first like experience with the show, and I actually really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot more than what I was expecting to, and yeah, I just had a lot of like fun watching it. And one thing I will say is I was not expecting Gillian McMahon to show up, so that was sort of a surprise. I think it was like episode 6 or something, and then I'm like, I was sort of watching it, I was like, that looks like a lot like Gillian McMahon. And then when I was checking the forums later, they were like, oh hey, it's Gillian McMahon, and I thought, yeah, it was Gillian McMahon. So which sort of found it a bit amusing, because you know, you had James Masters on the show as well, and of course he played Spike on Buffy, and then Gillian McMahon played Cole on Charmed, so it's like two 90s like supernatural based shows. So I thought that was interesting, but yeah, no, I enjoyed the show, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing where season 2 goes, since now that, you know, they're officially on the run. So, because I think that was one of the main complaints, was that, you know, they're called Runaways, but they haven't run away yet. So, but I sort of liked the build up to seeing, you know, the point where they would take that, like, you know, actually run away. And I thought, because like, they could have easily done a show like where it was they'd already run away, but they were doing it in flashbacks. And I think, yeah, it's definitely seen the build up to the point of running away. I think that works better, because yeah, I'm sort of, sometimes flashbacks in TV shows can work really well, and then sometimes they don't. So it's sort of yeah, it's sort of a bit hit or miss depending on what it is. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed Runaways, and one thing, it's because my favourite character on this show is Gert, and even though I think I don't know how closely they're going to stick to the comics, because I think I did get, like a while ago I heard about, I think it was Gert who found out about, so that was sort of, I'm a bit nervous if they follow like the comics, and but yeah, so I'm sort of curious to see what happens, and yeah, and seeing like with all the relationship drama that's going on with the group, because yeah, there's a lot of relationship drama, so it's sort of, even though I think in the long run I am in it for Nico and Carolina, so sort of see where that goes. But anyway, that is The Runaways. So those are the 5 shows that I've watched where I don't own them, and now I'm going to quickly go through shows I've been watching out of my own collection. So I finished Fringe season 4. It's still fantastic, finally getting to the home stretch now, because I didn't watch the last few episodes of season 5, and I've been wanting to find out how the show ends. So yeah, so I think season 3 is still my favourite, but I did like this season because, you know, like both universes were working together, so I did sort of like seeing that dynamic throughout this. But yeah, I've definitely, since I started season 5 now, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how the show wraps up. So yeah, it's just a fantastic sci-fi show. So there you go, it's Fringe season 4, and then I rewatched The Flash season 2. I really do enjoy this. I haven't caught up on season 4 yet. I'm slowly, because it's basically how my system's working is, like, I've been watching Fringe, and then I've been watching like a season of one of the superhero shows that I've got. So I picked The Flash to watch because I do enjoy this show, and I enjoyed season 3. I don't actually own season 3 yet, but sort of, because like with this season, because obviously you sort of started to get into the whole like Other Earths, and yeah, I thought that was sort of interesting in the scene, and then and yeah, it's just I thought overall this was a pretty good season. I think I liked it more than season 1. It's been a while since I've rewatched season 1, but yeah, and I've got to rewatch season 3 before I sort of make the order of how I prefer the seasons. But I did also really like Cisco in this season, because like he's starting to come into his powers, and sort of with everyone finding out, and then also in this season, like, you had the setup for Legends of Tomorrow, and but yeah, I did overall really enjoy sort of revisiting the season. So that's Flash season 2, and then I finally finished season 2 of Doctor Who with The Time Meddler. I'm slowly making my way through a rewatch, so I'm now currently on season 3, but who knows how long that will take me to finish. But yeah, I really do actually enjoy season 2, because, well, actually speaking of The Time Meddler, this is one of my favourite stories overall, like, of the classic Who run, and yeah, I think there's well, I wouldn't say a lot of, well, for the most part the stories are really good, because it does have one of my least favourite episodes, like, ever, Doctor Who, which is The Web Planet. I do not like that story at all. It becomes more painful every time I watch it, but yeah, I do, because I do really like The Time Meddler. It's still really sad seeing Barbara and Ian go, because I do really like them, and I still want to know how they actually explained away the 2-year absence, because, like, obviously when they left it was 1963, and then when they got back to London it was 1965, so I'm sort of still curious. I mean, it's probably been addressed somewhere, like in an audio or in a book or something, but still want to know how they like explained why they were gone for so long. But yeah, anyway, I finally finished season 2 of Doctor Who. So yeah, so that's that one. And then I started a rewatch of Red Dwarf, because Red Dwarf's a show that I like to watch every couple of years, because it's a very easy show to rewatch, and I rewatched the first 2 seasons. So I actually think the first 2 seasons of this show are really strong. It's sort of like well, like, because I sort of forget how good the first, maybe not strong, but I sort of forget how good the first 2 seasons are, because I sort of think they've got a lot of like great moments in this show, and yeah, it always never fails to make me laugh. So actually, I think one of my favourite episodes is where they first meet Crichton, and he's been like, when they say like, oh, we've got an all-female crew here, we need rescuing, and all the crew's like they've been dead for centuries, and he's like, oh, but they're, like, when they first meet, and they tell him, oh, but they're dead, and he goes, but I've only been gone for like 5 minutes. So yeah, there's a lot of great moments in this, and I'm definitely looking forward to finishing out my rewatch, because I haven't actually seen series 12 yet, so that'll be a new viewing for me. So, but I've still got a fair way to go for this. But yeah, that's Red Dwarf series 1 and 2. And then I finished watching The Mentalist season 2. I'm really enjoying making my way through this show, and yeah, it sort of still feels like because like I still don't know like any of the major spoilers for the show, so I'm sort of still amazed that I've been able to go this long without getting spoiled for it. But no, I really do like it, and I like the team dynamic, like with is it this Teresa, is that her name, the main character, and yeah, so I sort of like the team, and I also found it very interesting, because I mean, obviously I've only seen up to season 2, so I don't know how it progresses from there, but like with Van Pelt and Rigsby, like their relationship, and I sort of found it interesting, at least in this season, sort of, because normally you don't see a show where they're like, oh, you've got, you know, regulations, you can't actually if you want to be together, you can't be on the same team. Like, you very rarely actually see that enforced in these type of shows. So I'm curious now to sort of see like what happens in the future regarding that, because there's a lot of tension building up with the relationship, so I sort of want to see how it progresses. So, and also obviously because they've got the whole, like, if they want to be together they have to put in for a transfer, and then of course you still got the Red John case, and so what episode was it? I think it was episode 9, I think, when like the boss of the first season and then to this one, I wasn't expecting that, so that was sort of kind of startling for the, like, to go in, and then I was like, oh, okay, and then yeah, I wasn't expecting that to happen at all, but I am looking forward to finishing off the show, so, because I've still got 5 seasons, so, but I did finish Mentalist season 2, and then last but certainly not least, I rewatched Galavant season 1. I'm so happy that I have this show on DVD, because I love this show so much, and I think I'm actually going to probably do like a review of it at some point, because I want everyone to watch Galavant. It is a brilliant show, and it was sadly cancelled 2 seasons in, even though I should probably, like, to be fair, it was probably a miracle we even got season 2 to begin with. So I just love this show so much, and just rewatching season 1 just made me fall in love all over again. I love the songs. Yeah, I sort of love just how like, maybe not tongue-in-cheek, it might be self-aware, like how self-aware this show is, and like, yeah, like it definitely like breaks the fourth wall, and yeah, I love it, and I can't wait to rewatch season 2. So, so yeah, so I think I know in America, or at least the United States, it's on Netflix. I'm not sure about anywhere else. So, but yeah, I'm just definitely excited to be able to rewatch this. So that is Galavant Season 1. And there we have it. Those are all the TV shows that I've been watching. I've been watching quite a lot, and probably quite an unhealthy amount, but I've fallen back in love with watching TV, so I don't know when I'm gonna... So while I've got this momentum, I'm sort of like, yeah, watch all the TV shows, and hopefully I won't fall into another TV slump like I did towards the end of the year, of last year, but we'll see how I go. But anyway, I'm just going to stop it here because I feel like this video has probably been way too long. So thank you guys for watching, and until my next video, I will see you guys next time. Bye!